Tonight, claims that prosecutors knowingly kept an innocent black man behind bars for a murder he didn't commit. Roger Parker says he lost 4 years of his life sitting in jail. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Parker tells our Team 10 investigator Adam Rakusin he wants people to hear his story and those responsible to acknowledge what happened.
March 18th, 2010. Police are called to a house in Desert Hot Springs, a small town just north of Palm Springs. Inside, they find 29-year-old Brandon Stevenson dead.
I still can't get the scene out of my mind.
That's Willie Womack. He lived at the house with his then 20-year-old roommate, Roger Parker. The night of the murder, Roger says he was staying somewhere else.
They told me the police were at my house. They got my roommate Womack. So I'm trying to be responsible. Got dressed, real quick and ran up there.
What happened next would change Roger's life.
I can't forget about it. I would never forget about it.
Roger says he was taken to the police station for questioning and accused of a murder the evidence shows he didn't commit. In all, Parker's interrogation went on for about 15 hours. In the end, he says he told them what they wanted to hear, so it would stop.
It took probably like 20 minutes just to get everything out. Going back and forth, stopping the tape, unstopping the tape, stopping the tape, him yelling at me because I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, it took a lot of that.
They yelled at you because you confessed in a way that they didn't like?
Yeah, believe it or not, yes, they did.
Why did you confess if you didn't do it?
I gave up on the world. It was that or suicide, believe it or not.
Roger says he believed if he told the police what they wanted to hear, they'd quickly figure out he wasn't the right guy. To him, spending a few days behind bars wasn't a big deal. He'd grown up in the foster system and had been in and out of group homes and mental hospitals.
I always thought there was a good possibility that I would be released.
That gamble was wrong. Roger's case never made it to a preliminary hearing where a judge decides if there's enough evidence to move forward to a trial. That hearing was continued multiple times. According to a lawsuit he filed against the county of Riverside, the district attorney at the time, Paul Zellerbach, 2 former assistant district attorneys, and a former supervising deputy district attorney, they kept Roger behind bars despite knowing he was innocent.
To have individual prosecutors saying, we don't even have enough to arrest this guy, and yet keep him in custody for nearly 4 years without ever going to a preliminary hearing or having an indictment or doing a trial is, I can't think of something much more egregious than that.
Kimberly Trimble is Roger's civil attorney. According to Roger's lawsuit, the first prosecutor assigned to the case immediately recognized that his confession was a sham because it was both coerced and completely inconsistent with the physical evidence. In a memo from 2011 obtained by Team 10, Senior Deputy District Attorney Lisa DiMaria told her supervisors, "I have serious concerns about his guilt." In the memo, she raised questions about the confession and the evidence, even suggesting the case should not be filed. Roger's lawsuit says rather than dismissing the case, they took prosecutor Lisa DiMaria off and assigned it to Christopher Ross, a death penalty prosecutor and former Green Beret with a near-perfect record.
My assessment was, I can't say he's innocent, but I can say there's no way I can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he's guilty.
Ross says he was told to assess the case and write a memo. At the end of 2011, he submitted this memo where he concluded that the evidence was insufficient to prosecute Roger. Ross says he then requested more DNA analysis of physical evidence against Roger. He says when the DNA came back negative, he wrote another memo to his boss, Sean Lafferty. This time writing, "Dismiss the case as it appears rife with reasonable doubt."
Mr. Lafferty was upset that it came back negative. He told me not to turn it over to the defense attorney. I had told him I already had done that. That's my obligation as a prosecutor, ethically, and legally. He was upset at that.
Ross says the case was not dismissed and Roger stayed behind bars. Fast forward about a year and a half. According to Roger's lawsuit, in late 2013, Ross discovered that Willie Womack, whom police initially ruled out, had been recorded in jail calls confessing to the murder. It's something Womack has never been charged with.
And it was the real killer who confessed to the murder, and I was told not to turn those over. Several days after that, I think 5 days after I discovered that and provided it to Mr. Lafferty, I was put on administrative leave.
A few months later, Ross quit and filed his own lawsuit against the county of Riverside.
This guy is innocent. He's got a low IQ. He's mentally challenged. He's a poor black kid, and you've had him in jail for 4 years. And now I've proven beyond any doubt that he didn't commit the crime, and you still won't dismiss the case. And you're going to put me on administrative leave? I was in shock, awe, disgusted.
Ross says in February 2014, he filed a public claim for damages with the county of Riverside, outlining what happened with Roger Parker.
They released him, I think, around 2 weeks after I gave notice of filing my lawsuit. And I thought to myself, if nothing else good comes of this, an innocent man is free, finally.
Ross's lawsuit against the county alleges disability discrimination and disability harassment, among other things. In court filings, Riverside County disputed Ross's claims. Lawyers for the county focused on Ross's health and requests he made about getting medical treatment during the time he was handling Roger's prosecution. In court filings, they claim Ross made unsupported representations about his medical condition, work-related limitations, and need for accommodation. They say there was no retaliatory or harassing conduct and that Ross's requests were unreasonable. Ross's attorney says he was being set up to fail so he could be fired.
Here, you have a prosecutor as a lawyer saying he's not guilty. We need to let him go, and he gets fired for that.
In a statement, a spokesperson for the county of Riverside said the county is strongly committed to a workplace free of harassment. The spokesperson wrote in part, "As your inquiry pertains to ongoing legal matters, no additional information is available at this time." In court filings regarding Roger Parker, the county and these 4 named defendants have denied the allegations. ABC 10 News tried to get in touch with each person. County CEO Jeff Van Wagenen was unavailable for an interview. Former Assistant District Attorney and now Judge Sean Lafferty was also not available for an interview. Same with Supervising Deputy District Attorney Tricia Fransdell, no comment. Former Riverside County District Attorney Paul Zellerbach now lives along the coast in San Diego County. He also wasn't talking. Roger Parker still lives in Desert Hot Springs with his dog Galaxy. He says no one that put him behind bars more than a decade ago has said these 2 words, "I'm sorry."
What do you want out of life?
Freedom. Simple. Freedom.
And the murder case is still unsolved. Chris Ross says he's applied to more than 1,000 jobs with no offers. He moved to Texas for an opportunity. His trial is set for September of this year. As for Roger Parker, he got a job washing dishes in Palm Springs. Along with an apology, he's suing for money. Kim.
Thank you, Adam.